morning, ma. Here, last class we learned about the map, filter, and reduce functions and deleting functions also. Here, next topic is list and strings. Lists and strings. Here already we know about the strings. Here you have to know about the list and strings here. In this, what is meant by the string here? A string is a sequence of characters and a list is a sequence of values here. Here a string means it is a sequence of characters, but list is a sequence of values. But a list of characters is not the same as a string here. Here what is the difference between the list and string means? String is a sequence of characters, list is a sequence of values, but a list of characters is not the same as a string. Here, to convert from a string to a list of characters, how we convert string to a list of characters? Here, for example, we take here this is the string. S equal to spam. I gave the string. We have to write string in single quotes or double quotes or double quotes. Here S equal to, I gave SC, this is the example, S equal to spam. In this spam, here T equal to list of S, in the list of S. Here in this list we have S, means list of spam. But how we write the list, already we know about the list topic. In this list we have a collection of elements or sequence of values. It is separated, the values are separated with comma. The list of values separated with comma. Here that is called the list here. Here you have to print the t value. Means here we use the string here. We use the string spam here. You have to, from string to convert the string to a list of characters. Print t. Here s separate p a m. Likewise s p a m means here, because here list is a name of the built-in function. Built-in function means here already we predefined this function. List, list, it is a list is the name of the built-in function. Means built-in function means already we predefined. That is the use here. Here output is SPAM. This is the string SPAM, collection of sequence of characters. Sequence of characters is called a string here in single quotes. Here list is a sequence of values. Sequence of values or sequence of characters are separated with a comma. Means S is a group of elements here. String is separated elements here. S, next P, next A, next M. Here this is the characters, that's why you have to, the output is like in single quotes, S P A M. That is the difference between the list and strings. Next, here the list function breaks a string into individual letters. That is the function here. Here you have to break a string into words. On the time we have to use the split method. We can use the split method. This is the, by using this split method we split the words. Here S, for example, here S equal to good morning students. Good morning. This is the sentence This group of words is called a string here. Good morning students here. T equal to S dot split. Yes, in this S we have good morning students. How to split this method? How to split this this sentence here, this string, good morning students. Print T. How to split? How we split here? This is the output by using this method. By using this split method, you have to break the string into words. Good, next morning, next students, separate. This word separate. Good, next morning, next students. Likewise, you have to break a string into words. String into words by using the split method. In last example, we take here a string into a list function breaks a string into individual letters. A list function breaks a string into individual letters. That is the example for that. Next example is how to break a string into words by using the split method. Next. Here next point here in the topic, an optional argument, it is called a delimiter. It specifies which character to use as a word boundaries. Means we have to use the hyphen. This is the hyphen as a delimiter. Here hyphen as this example uses a hyphen has a delimiter. This is the hyphen here. Here an optional argument means we take the one of the argument here optional, it is called a delimiter. Means here it specifies which character to use a word boundaries. Means delimiter specifies the which character to use as word boundaries. Here this is the example by using the hyphen as a delimiter. Here S equal to spam hyphen spam. Here in this here delimiter equal to hyphen. Here S dot split of delimiter. Means here by using hyphen on that only we split here. Up to that only we split here. Spam, we give the hyphen. We have to split up to give the hyphen on up to that only we split here. S dot split of delimiter, where in this S equal to spam, where we have delimiter in that string up to that only have to split. By using this delimiter. This is the optional argument. Here it specifies which characters to use a word boundaries. Here this is the example by using the hyphen as a delimiter. Here S equal to spam hyphen spam. Here delimiter equal to hyphen. Here S dot split of delimiter. Means you have to split up to that hyphen only. Spam. Here next point is the join is the inverse of split. Here join method, it is the inverse of the split method. Here it takes a list of arguments and concatenates the elements here. Here it takes a list of strings and concatenates the elements here. Here join is a string method. We have to invoke it on the delimiter and pass the list as a parameter. Here join is a string method. We have to invoke it on the delimiter and pass the list as a parameter. Join is a string method. It is a string method. We have to invoke it on the delimiter and pass the list as a parameter here. Next. Here next point here. In this delimiter we use hyphen. On that hyphen, where we have hyphen in that string, we have to split up to that only. That is the one of the example. Next we take here T equal to, we give good morning students. Means good, we have give the space here, morning give the space here, students. Here delimiter equal to this optional argument. It is optional argument. It provides the here it is a optional argument here, which it specifies the characters to use the word boundaries. Means this is the word here, good, after that this is the boundary. Next morning, after that morning, next this is the boundary, after that students. Here we give the delimiter equal to single quotes. In that single quote, we give the space here. Where we have space in that string, up to that only we have to print that word. Here next delimiter dot join of t. Delimiter dot join of t. Here we give the space. We give the space for these words. Good space morning space students. Here in this program we use the join method. We use the join method of t. Join method means how to join the strings. Here we give the space. That's why up to that only we have to join here. Good morning students. Good morning students. Next. Here in this case the delimiter is a space character. Here in this case the delimiter is a space character. So join puts a space between two words. So join puts a space between words. Here next point is to concatenate strings without spaces. Here to concatenate strings without spaces. Here we can use the empty string. Here we can use the empty string as a delimiter. Here we can use the empty string as a delimiter. Here we can use the empty string also as a delimiter. Here to concatenate these strings without spaces, here we can use these empty string as a delimiter also. Next topic is the objects and values. Next topic is the objects and values. Here we if we execute these assignment statements, here if we execute these assignment statements, here I gave a equal to banana, b equal to banana. Here a and b same, both refer to the same string. String is banana. Here we know that a and b both refer to a sum of this string here, but we don't know whether they refer to the same string or not. Here for example, here there are two possible states. What are the possible states here? A banana, b banana. Here a and b, it refers to the some string. That string is same. That string is banana, means it refers to a same string. Here if we execute these assignment statements, a equal to banana, b equal to banana. Here we know that a and b both refer to a string here, but we don't know whether they refer to the same string or not. Here there are the two possible states. What are the two possible states? A banana, I gave b equal to banana. Here these two, a and b, refer to the same string. Next in first case we have a and b refer to two different objects that have the same value. That have the same value. Here a and b is refer to different objects here, but we have the same value for the a and b. Here in the second case they refer to the same object. Means to check here. Next point is to check whether the two variables refer to the same object or not by using the is operator. We use the is operator. Here a equal to banana, b equal to banana. Here a is b, that is true. A is b. How to check whether the two variables refer to the same object or not? We are using the here is operator. Means a is b. In that a we have banana, next b have banana, means a is b, means the output is true. Next in the above example, Python only created one string Python only created one string object here, and both a and b refer to it. Here in the above example, Python only created one string object and both a and b refer to it. Here, but when you create two list, here for example we take, when you create two list here, we can get two objects. We can get two objects here. A equal to 1, 2, 3, B equal to 1, 2, 3. Here A is B. It get the false. False. Here Python only created one string object only. One string object only. Here when we create here when we create two list A equal to 1, 2, 3, B equal 1, 2. A is B. A is B. Here A is B. Means it is get the false. It is the false. Next. Here we refer to the values here. Next, here we take this is a state diagram for that. A refers to 1, 2, 3, B refers to 1, 2, 3. Here in this case you would say that the two lists are equivalent. The two lists are equivalent. Here because they have the same elements but not identical. They have the same elements but not identical. Because they are not the same object. Because they are not the same object. Here object means this A and B. And they are not same objects here. But values are equal. That's why these are not identical. These are not identical. Here if two objects are identical, they are also equivalent. If two objects are identical, they are also equivalent. Here but if they are equivalent, they are not necessarily identical. They are not necessarily identical. Here next in this example, here in this case we would say here that the two lists are equivalent here because they have the same elements. Because they have the same elements but not identical. But not identical because they are not the same object. They are not the same object. Here objects are A, B. Next, if two objects are identical, these two objects are identical, they are also equivalent. They are also equivalent. Next, but if they are equivalent, they are not necessarily identical. They are not necessarily identical here. And this is the state diagram. A, B, same. A, B, separate. Next. Next point is that we have been using object and value interchangeably. Object and value interchangeably. But it is more precise. Precise means clear. But it is more clear to say that object has a value. Here object has a value. Here if we execute 1, 2, 3, we get a list object. We get a list object whose value is a sequence of integers. Here whose value is a sequence of integers 1, 2, 3. Here if another list has the same elements, we say it has the same value but it not the same object. Here if we execute 1, 2, 3, we get a list object whose value is sequence of integers. Here next point is if another list has the same elements, we say it has the same value but it is not the same object. But it is not the same object. Next. Next point is the aliasing. Next point is the aliasing. Here alias means here it refers to an object. Here we can assign B equal to A. We can assign B equal to A. Then both variables refer to the same object. Here then both variables refer to the same object here. Here A equal to 1, 2, 3. Here B equal to A. B is A. That's why true. A equal to 1, 2, 3. B equal to A. Means it refers to an object. We have to assign B equal to A. Then both variables refer to the same object. Then both variables refer to the same object. Here A equal to 1, 2, 3. Here B equal to A. B equal to A. Here B is A. B is A. True. B is A. True. The state diagram AB refers to the 1 comma 2 comma 3. 1 comma 2 comma 3. Here AB refers to the 1 comma 2 comma 3. Here it refers to an object and we assign B equal to A here. Then both variables it refers to the same object. Here A equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. Next B equal to A. Next B is A. B is A. Next true. It is true. The state diagram is A comma B. At A, B refers to the same object 1 comma 2 comma 3. Then both variables refer to the same object. This is the objects. Then these are the both variables refer to the same object. Next point is the association of variable. That object is called a reference. Reference means here address. Reference means here address. The association of variable with an object is called a reference. Is called a reference. Here in the above example, in this example here, there are two references to the same object. There are two references to the same object. Here in this an object with more than one reference. Here an object with more than one reference has more than one name. So here we say that the object is aliased. Here object is aliased. Here if the aliased object is mutable. Here if the aliased object is mutable. Next changes made with one alias affect with the other. When with the and affect with the other. Here next example we take B of 0 equal to, here B of 0 equal to B of 0 equal to 17. Here print A. Here 17 comma 2 comma 3. Here the association of a variable with an object is called a referencier. In this example here, there are two references to the same object. There are two references to the same object. Here an object with more than one reference. An object with more than one reference has more than one name. So we say that the object is aliased. Object is aliased here. Here if the aliased object is mutable. If the aliased object is mutable. Mutable means how to change. How to change means how to update, how to delete, next how to create new list. It is called here mutable. Here if the aliased object is mutable, here changes made with one alias affect to the other. Changes made with one alias affect to the other here. Here for example we take B of 0 equal to 17. B of 0 equal to 17 means print A. Print A means here print A. In that A refers to B. A refers to B. Here A equal to 1, 2, 3. B also I give 1, 2, 3. Here we give B of 0 equal to 17. Here B of 0 equal to 17 means in that in 0 place in 0 B of 0 we have 1. We have B of 0 equal to 1. In that 1 aliased with 17. Aliased with 17 means 17 comma 2 comma 3 means here we have A, in that A 1 comma 2 comma 3, B also 1 comma 2 comma 3. Next we give here B of 0 equal to 17. That's why in the value of 1 aliased with 1 aliased with 17. That's why we got 17 comma 2 comma 3. 17 comma 2 comma 3. Next here next point is this behavior can be useful here. It is error prone. Here in general here it is safer to avoid aliasing when you are working. Means we are working with mutable objects. It is safe to avoid aliasing. Here for immutable it is with mutable objects. Here for immutable objects like strings. Strings are immutable but it can't change here. In that immutable objects, here aliasing is not much of a problem here. Here for example, we take A equal to banana, B equal to banana. Here it almost never makes a difference whether A and B. A and B refer to a same string. Here it almost never makes a difference here whether A and B it refer to the same string or not. It refer to the same string or not. Here next topic is the list arguments. Next topic is the list arguments. Here in the list arguments, when you pass a list to a function, the function gets a reference to that list. Here when you pass a list to a function, for that function you have to pass a list. Now that function gets a reference to that list. Here if the function modifies a list parameter, the caller sees the change. Caller sees the change here. If the function modifies a list parameter, the caller sees the change here. For example, this is the method delete underscore head. Delete underscore head have to remove the first element from a list. Delete underscore head. This is the function. It removes the first element from the list. First element from a list. Here, for example, we take here def. You have to define a function delete head. Define a function delete head. Del t of 0. Del t of 0. Del t of 0 here. How it is used means here. How it is used means here letters. Here letters I gave letters equal to A comma B comma C. Means you have to create a list here. Create a list letters equal to A comma B comma C. Means in that letters we have A, B, C. Here delete head of letters. Delete head of letters. Head means here first starting letter. It removes the first element from a list. It removes the first element of a list. That is the meaning of the delete head. Delete head of T. Delete head of T means del the T of 0 means here letter of 0. In that letter of 0 we have A. A will be removed. A will be removed. Next remaining letters are B comma C. Remaining letters are B comma C. You have to print the letters are B, C. Print the letters are B, C. Next point here, the parameter T and the variable letters are aliases. Here the parameter T and variable letters are aliases for the same object. Next the parameter T and the variable letters are aliases for the same object. Next, this is the stack diagram for that. And that letters are, this is the module. In this module delete head we have used already. We create this list in that delete head. Is a model. In that headers module, in that module we have letters. In that letters we have A, B, C. And delete head T. Delete head T. This is the list. Means T of 0 equal to A, T of 1 equal to B, T of 2 equal to C. Likewise, you have to store the variables letters are aliases for the same object. Here the parameter T and the variable letters are aliases for the same object. 0, A, next 1, B, 2, C. These letters, the variable letters and aliases of this T and the variable letters are aliases for the refers to the same object. What is same object means here? List. List is the object. In that list we have 0, 1, 2. 0 refers A, 1 refers B, 2 refers C. Next. Next point is the since the list is shared by two frames. Next point is the list is shared by two frames. Here what is the difference between these operations, and how to modify the list and operations, how to create the new list here. For example, you take the append method. It modifies a list. For example, you take the append method. modifies a list. Here how we modify the list means we use the plus operator. We use the plus operator means we use the concatenate operator. Here you have to create a new list here. You have to create a new list here. Here T1 equal to 1 comma 2. T1 list equal 1 comma 2. Here T2 equal to T1 dot append of 3. T1 dot append of 3. Append of 3 means you have to add the element in the list. How to add this element into the list. Print T. Print T1. Print T1. Here 1 comma 2 comma 3. 1 comma 2 comma 3. Next print T2. Print T2. In that print T2 no element is there. That's why none. Got the none here. None. Only T1 equal to print T1. In that print 1 comma 2 comma 3. Next it means here T1. You have to add T1 only. In that T1 only have to add that 3 value. Next print T2. T2 means that print T2 here none value is printed. Next we got the T3. T3 equal T1 plus 4. T1 plus 4. Have to plus operator is used to concatenate that list. Concatenate in that list. I have to add the element in that list. Print T3. Print T3. Here in that print T3 we have already T1. We have T1. In that T1 we have 1 comma 2 comma 3 plus 4 plus 4. Have to add the plus. Have to add the 4 in that variable. T3 equal to T1 plus T4. T1 plus 4. Here print T3. In that print T1 already we have 1 comma 2 comma 3 plus 4 plus 4. Next. Here the difference is more important when you write the functions that are supposed to modify the list here. What is the example means here? This function does not delete the head of the list. Here this function does not delete the head of the list. Here for example we take def bad delete head of T. Bad delete head of T. Here T equal to T 1 is 2. T equal to T of 1 is 2. Here the slice operator creates a new list here. Here this is the wrong. Here we don't give the T here. You are not giving the slice operator for T. T equal to just one sign, one colon. Here but here we give the T of 1 colon. Here this slice operator creates a new list here and the assignment takes T. Assignment makes T. This slice operator creates a new list and the assignment makes T. Have to refer to it here, but none of that has any effect on the list. As any effect on the list that was passed to an argument. It was passed to as an argument. Here this difference is important when you write the functions that are supposed to modify a list here. For example, you take here this function does not delete the head of a list. This function does not delete the head of a list here. Def we have defined a function bad delete head. Bad delete head T equal to T of 1 colon means this slice operator creates a new list and that the assignment makes a T refer to it here, but none of that is there any effect on the list. That was passed as an argument. That was passed as an argument like this. Next point is here an alternative to write a function that returns a new list. An alternative is there to write a function and have to create and returns a new list. Here for example you take tail returns all but the first element of a list. You have to define a function by using tail. Head means starting letter will be printed. Tail means remaining part will be printed. Remaining part will be except head, remaining part will be printed. Here def tail of 1, def tail of t. Here in this return t of 1 colon, t of 1 colon. 1 colon means here we give the slice operator. Here this function leaves the original list. This function leaves the original list unmodified. Here this function leaves the original list unmodified. Here's how it is used. Here let us equal to a comma b comma c. I gave here by using tail function let us equal to a comma b comma c. Here rest equal to tail of letters. By using tail, tail means back part, means B, C. First head means A will be removed. After that B, C will be printed. B, C will be written. Here rest equal tail of letters. In that letters we have A comma B comma C. Print rest. In that rest A will be removed, B comma C is there. Here we give the head, rest equal to head of letters. On the time that will be printed, A will be printed. Here this is the alternative to write a function that creates and returns a new list. For example, we take tail returns all but the first element of a list. Def, here you have to define a function by using keyword def tail of t. Have to return t colon 1 colon. Here for example we take here letters equal to, I gave A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That is the list. In that letters I gave here suppose you have to give A, B, C, D, E, F. Here the function in the function is rest equal to tail of letters. In the tail of letters, in this letters we have A, B, C, D, E, F up to F. Means a tail of letters means print rest. The remaining part is A will be removed, remaining part is printed. Here. Here letters equal to A, B, C, D, E, F. Rest equal to here I gave here head of letters. Then head of letters will be removed. A will be removed. Before after that A only printed. Here have defined a tail. By slice operation written like this. T 1 colon means 1 will be removed. After that remaining part will be printed. That's why I gave here written T of 1 colon. Next T of 1 colon. This is the alternate way to write a function that creates and return a new list. Here before this is the does not delete the head of a list here. Def bad delete head of t means it is a wrong. That's why have to give this is the wrong. That's why go for the tail. The slice operator it creates a new list and assignment makes t. But here there is any effect on the list here, pass to an argument. Here. Next. Here in this list we have shared by 2 frames here. In this what is the difference between these operations and modify the list here? Have to create the new list here. In this have to add the append method. By using the append method have to modify a list. And have to create a new list. And by using the plus operator means have to add like this. These 2 strings stored in the T3. Next. This is the alternate way to write this function and returns a new list here. Next.